Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, bringing you another video review, and welcome to
Alternity August.
That's right. Last year, around this time, I got Alternity Starscream, and I did a review of him, and you guys all seemed to like the review of him. So a lot of people asked if I could do the other Alternity figures I have. Now, as it happens to be, I have all four of the molds that were ever created for the Alternity line. I don't have all the repaints, don't have all the incarnations, but these are the four molds they gave us. Basically, you have Starscream, the Mitsuruko Orochi, Megatron, the Nissan Fairlady Z, or as we call it in the United States, the 360Z, if you go back to that year, and Optimus is a Nissan GTR, and then Bumblebee is a Suzuki Swift Sport. Just called Bumble here, but you know. And there were different paints, and obviously you have the other two Seekers of Thundercracker and Skywarp in this mold. Megatron did have a silver version. Optimus had a couple different versions. I think there was a black version, there was a white version which was more Ultra Magnus, and I wanted the red version because that is, you know, Optimus. Bumblebee, there is a Cliff Jumper repaint, obviously. That's how it always is. So yeah, so I figure we'll start this off and we'll take a look at Bumblebee. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we'll take a quick look at Bumblebee's packaging. You see there's a nice little artwork on there, Bumblebee. And what's cool about this Bumblebee is, even though he's not a Volkswagen Beetle, his robot mode does evoke some of the G1 aesthetic, where, you know, the roof chest, the front end of the car has his feet, things like that. He does actually come with some pistols, which is really cool. You see he's a Cybertron, which is, you know, Japanese version of an Autobot. A lot of stuff there that I cannot read. Nothing I can do about that. Somebody did translate all these write-ups online somewhere. If you can find them, have a read. They're kind of interesting. You see here, it shows, you know, he can transform. It shows his doors all open, his hood opens. I'll show that off in a minute. Under here, Transformers mobile official mobile site. These are a couple years old now, so I can't even remember when I got Bumblebee. It's probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. I don't even remember. Yeah, so there you go. Get that out of there. And we'll take a look at the little yellow car. Now, I do have a few little problems with him. It's mainly when you transform him back into car mode, things just do not want to go together so well. So if I bump him in any way, you see right there, the whole front end decides it's just going to untab, and it'll stay for a few minutes, and then if I start messing around with him, it'll come untabbed. Nothing I can do about that. As you see, the doors do open. If you look inside, it's got a little steering wheel. You know, those are basically his knees behind the steering wheel and stuff. He has seats. And this opens up barely. When you open it up, you see there's his head. Woo! That opens up. And of course the hood opens up. And there's his engine. Under his engine are his pistols. So that's kind of cool. It actually says Suzuki on the engine. Nice. So again, it's not a bad figure. It's not a bad line to collect. There's not that many to collect. I mean, if you want to go for all the repaints, it could get a little expensive. But if you're like me and you just want the molds, I now have all the friggin' Alternity molds. They only made 4. They modified a few others and put stuff out. I know there's a new version of Optimus coming out with a bigger spoiler and things like that. Not needed. It's the same basic mold. So yeah. So what I'm going to do, you look on the back here, they're nice tail lights. I mean, they're actually clear plastic. And, you know, you got the exhaust and stuff like that. They did put a lot of nice detail into this. I mean, if you look at the headlights, you can see there the lights molded underneath the clear plastic. And that's a nice touch. And the Suzuki logo on the front end. Yeah, really nice. Really nicely done. Rubber tires. All the Alternity cars have rubber tires. These are not like the rubberized plastic tires which warp out of shape. These are actual rubber and they're holding really nice. So, there you go. Alright, I'm going to transform him. If you want to see a quick size comparison, Optimus is a lot bigger than Bumblebee. As you can see, when I transform Optimus in his review, I'll show Bumblebee off in robot mode next to him so you can see the size difference. Alright, there you go. Alright, enough stalling. Time to transform. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and here's Bumblebee in his robot mode. And it's not too bad, you know. Not too bad. His feet are a little weird. You gotta get used to them. He does have a nice Autobot logo right there. He does have light piping. I don't know if it's coming through or not. Probably not. Let's see if I can zoom in on his little face here. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah. We have light piping. And you saw it's a nice little Bumblebee face. You know, G1 Bumblebee. What's nice is when he transforms, the horns collapse on his head. You can take them out for robot mode. He does have some die cast, mainly down his feet, and there's a section here in his back. The undercarriage from the car is die cast, and his thighs, upper thighs, are die cast. So he's got some die cast parts to him. He's not as heavy as, say, like Optimus or Megatron. They've got a lot more die cast to him, but he still has a lot. He has a lot of nice articulation. You know, his head's on a nice ball joint, as you can see. Shoulders rotate, go in and out, swivel, nice bend. The wrist bends in. The wrist has a rotation. No waist. He doesn't have a waist, sadly. He's got very tight ratchets at his hips. It's like, you can hear them. They're very tight. Then he's got a ratchet here for his thigh swivel. He's got a double knee, basically, but this one's supposed to stay put. This is his actual knee joint here. He's got movement in the foot. As you see, he's got a little bit of an ankle tilt. Does have a heel spur. As you can see on this one, it's a couple years old. The paint's starting to chip off the die cast a little tiny bit, but nothing I can do. Now, if you see here on his thighs, here are his weapons. So we'll take one off. They store there, so you can just leave them on there if you want to. Or you can take them out. And they're just little tiny pistols, and they're really cool. Look at this. It's a really cool little pistol for Bumblebee. You know, he can hold it in his hand. He has two, so he can dual wield his pistols if you need to. So there you go. It's not too bad. To give you a size comparison for Bumblebee, we'll bring in Waspinator since he's close by. He is a little bigger than a Deluxe. The Alternity figures themselves, they're more Voyager scaled figures when all's said and done. He is a lot smaller than the others, naturally, because he's Bumblebee. But yeah, there you go. So, it's not too shabby. This line is, it's really made for collectors. It really is. It's not a bad line. The transformations are not simple, for the most part. I'm actually dreading turning him back into a car to put him back into where I had him stored. So, yeah. But still, a really nicely done line that if you can afford them, you can sometimes find these guys cheap if you're lucky. If you want to try and collect these, they're pretty cool, these Alternity figures. Alright? Alrighty. That's going to do it for Bumblebee and our first installment of Alternity August. Tune in next time where I think we'll be taking a look at his boss. Later.